Hi everyone. Good morning and welcome to Leetspeak. It's really early, and me myself, when I was leaving home, I was the victim of Folger's paradox. I don't know if you know it, but it's an individual's inability to function without coffee inhibits him from leaving his home to get coffee. That was how I felt. Um, Well, anyway, Leetspeak is something we wanted to do for a really long time, but there's a lot of things that need to be aligned in order for one of these events to happen. The idea of Leetspeak is based around the notion that knowledge should be free. And when I say that, I mean that in two senses. Both free as in free coffee and free as in easily accessible. Because there's one thing we noticed, and that's that everyone can't really afford to go to a big fancy conference, right? And the other thing was that not everyone can get time off from work to go to a big fancy conference. So when we decided on doing Leetspeak, that's why we made the decisions to basically not charge for the conference. I mean, everybody paid a small symbolic fee, but that's basically it. And we also chose to have it on a Saturday, which would enable everyone to come, whether they could get time off or not. So, now naturally, when you do something like that, it attracts a certain crowd, like people like you. People who care and are willing to invest their own free time into furthering their knowledge. People that actually want to become better at their craft. Now, and this is something we had to have in mind when selecting the theme for the conference. And we wanted something that was a bit different. We wanted thought-provoking, something you wouldn't expect from a .NET conference. And that's why we chose to go beyond the framework. Basically, we want to explore what the .NET community is doing beyond the .NET framework. We want to see what ideas are there that are not tightly connected to the .NET framework. So when doing that, we ended up with Leetspeak, which is basically a .NET conference which has very little sessions that actually touch on the subject of the .NET framework. And putting this all together has involved several different people. And I want to take a minute to thank everybody involved. I want to thank all the organizers who've helped organize this event. Please just give all the organizers a big applaud. I especially want to thank Peter von Lakov. He's standing over there. That's the man coordinating everything, and he's probably gained a couple of gray hairs from doing this whole ordeal. I also want to thank oh yeah, and of course, a lot of the organizers are here today working as crew. They're going to be wearing these green badges. So if you want to give them hugs, just go up to anyone with a green badge, give them a hug. Also, in case you have questions or anything, that's fine. Just go to the people with the green badges. Now, I also want to thank the program committee, which is the committee that's put together the agenda, booked the speakers, and actually made sure the speakers ended up here. And of course, big thank you to the speakers for coming here. And then we have a venue sponsor, which is ClickTech. They've helped us upgrade the venue to this nice location where we could have some desks, power, and we could fit some more people in the room, which is very nice. And our wonderful partner, Food Cafe, which is run by Michael Teberg here, they've helped with loads of things. And I'm going to let Michael say a couple of words about Foo and everything. Please, Michael.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Yay! It's really great to be here. And I shouldn't talk in that long. The story began a few years ago when I worked as CEO at ERDEV, and Peter von Lakov was in the program committee. And we found each other, and we created a good team, working team. So when I started Foo Café and Peter went to 1337, and they had the idea of doing a conference, it was quite natural that we should do this together. And we were initiated in beginning of the summer somewhere. Something like that. Anyway, so Foo Cafés, how many of you have been at Foo Café? Wow. So you know that's just like a conference, but every day, year round. That's the vision. And I'm really glad to be here, and I hope you have a great day. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mikael, please, for Foo Café. So now there's one more group of people I really haven't thanked, and that's all of you, all of the attendees for coming out. Now, for me, a big part of a conference is meeting new people, talking to them, and sharing ideas. And some of that happens inside of the sessions. But for me, most of that happens between the sessions and after the actual event. So I want everyone to give yourself a big applaud for just coming out here on a Saturday and wanting to be a part of all this. One more thing before Hadi comes on stage and does the first session. We have a system where you can voice your opinion about the sessions. So green if you really like the session, yellow if it was so-so, and red if it wasn't really to your taste. Please leave those in the basket before you leave after each session. This will give feedback to the conference organizers and the program committee and also the speakers. So with that, I'll please ask Hadi to start the first session. Thank you very much.